I hope you are enjoying your practice with probability. It is one of my favorites. I think about, well, a lot of people think about chances that things will happen because people buy lottery tickets and they always think about what's the chance of me making a good grade on a test or what's the chance of me winning the ball game. So we think about chances all the time. Well, today we're going to use that probability to make predictions. So we're going to say on this first problem that I have a bucket of gumballs and I have chosen, I keep pulling at random and putting them back, and this is what's happened. I've pulled 40 times. I've pulled out 40 gumballs and I've gotten 8 green and 4 red and so on. So this is using this data. So this would be like our experimental probability. This is what we actually did. It wants to know how many times would you expect to pull yellow out of 150 draws. Now, I told you many moons ago, earlier in the year, that proportions you would see time and time again, that over half of your test and half of the work that we do in 7th grade can be solved with proportions. So we're going to go back to proportions today. So when you see this, I hope that brings back fond memories, but memories of what I'm talking about when I say proportion. Okay, we're talking about yellow. So I'm going to put a Y here for yellow. Remember, I said I need to make some notes. And this is my total. So over here, when I look at my yellow, I've got, oh, where is my yellow? There it is. 5 yellow out of 40. So that's what actually happened. Now it's saying, well, if we want to make a prediction to find out what's going to happen if I draw 150 times. So if I draw 150 times, that's going to go down here with my total. So my total is 150. And my question is, how many yellow should I pull? So remember, we cross multiply and then divide. I like to use, I'm going to slide this over. I like to go wherever my variable is. So I'm going to have 40x equals, and then I multiply this diagonal, which is going to be 5 times 150. And I get 750. Divide both sides by 40. And x equals 18.75, which I'm not going to get 18.75 gumballs, so I would probably just say definitely 18 or 19. It depends on if the question asks you to round or not. So now we're going to use the same thing. I didn't write down the whole problem. We've got 360 pulls. How many red? So out of my experimental probability, I got 4 out of 40. And this is my red, and this is my total. So this is saying if we're going to have a total of 360, so I put 360 here and then x. Remember, if we do red over total, we need red over total. We've got to keep it consistent. So I've got 40x equals 4 times 360. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 40. And x equals 36. So I don't have to worry about rounding that time. So I should get 36 red gumballs, which red are my favorite. And that's always, it seems like, the least that you find in a box. So this time we're going to pull 600 times. And we want to know green or white. So it doesn't matter which one of those we get. So I've got green, I've got 8 green, and I have 7 white. So then I would need to add my 8 and my 7 because it doesn't matter. I've got green or white. So I'm going to put GW for green or white. There's 15 out of 40. And my question is, how many out of 600? So if this is my total, then this is my total here. And if I put an X, that's going to tell me how many should be green or white. So 40X equals 15 times 600, which is 9,000. Divide both sides by 40. So I should get 225 green, or white, roughly based on the information that's there, okay? So now I think I've got a different question for us this time, or based on a different data. Okay, this time we're talking about sports. So if we've got if we ask 218 kids, how many would select soccer? So I'm going to put SOC for soccer, and here's my total. So my total is 63, and if I look at my table, you can't even see it. Sorry about that. 26 chose soccer. So 26 out of 63. Well, this says if you've got 218 kids, so that's my total. So 218 goes on the bottom, and that's going to be my X. So we've got, I like to go wherever my variable is first. 63x equals 26 times 218. So now we're going to divide by 63. .968. I'm going to stop with that. So roughly 90 kids would select soccer. Okay, so let's see. There's another one if I can get this open. Okay, how many would choose basketball or baseball out of 365 kids? So this time we're looking at basketball or baseball or softball, okay? So we've got to add these two together because it doesn't matter which one it is. So I'm going to put B and B for basketball and baseball. There's 22 out of 63. And then how many choose basketball or baseball? And then my total is 365. So this is my total. Remember, we've got to stay consistent. So 63x equals 22 times 365. Divide both sides by 63. Get another decimal to deal with. But roughly 127 kids should select basketball or baseball. I hope this is pretty easy, and if you have any questions, email me.